How's it going, everybody? I'm Brooks.
I'm Joe.
And this is another episode of Cantina Reviews Barside Chats.
Today we are talking about the Han Solo movie.
Woo.
Yet again.
Down.
Nope, this is not that.
Yeah, this is not that.
This is the podcast.
That is our YouTube channel. Go check it out.
Yeah, subscribe on the YouTube.
The tube of you.
Did you hear my voice crack? I'm Joe.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm just checking in on you. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Something about Han Solo? Is it going to be good or bad? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, probably something like that. We could just talk about it.
Or are we just talking
general.
about it?
Talking about, yeah, I mean, while talking about it, we can discuss if it's going to be good or bad.
Okay.
There's a Han Solo movie coming out.
What? I feel like it's been forgotten about to a
It
certain
has.
extent. I feel like I forgot that it was coming out, and when the one kid was like, "Oh, you're gonna pre-order tickets?" I was like, "For what?" For Han Solo, and I was like, "Oh, that's right."
They came out with that trailer. It was pretty underwhelming, and now you haven't heard Now you haven't heard a word.
Yeah, no,
nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like Infinity War.
Yeah,
go see that.
Go watch that one. And then it'll be such then for the week after Infinity War comes out, they'll be like, best movie in America. And then the next week after that, they'll be like, still a good movie. And then the next week, they may hype up Star Wars. And then the next week is Star Wars.
Right.
So,
yeah.
They only have to hang on for 3 weeks,
yeah. You know? Plus side of no one talking about it, for them, is lower the hype.
Yep.
And no more bad rumors floating around. I haven't heard a rumor about it in a while.
Mm-hmm.
There was a while there where it's like, oh, they fired the director.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ron Howard reshot the whole thing. Oh, Alden whatever can't act, and he needed an acting coach for every scene.
Yeah.
That has stopped. You're not hearing the rumors circulating anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also because you're not hearing anything anymore.
Right.
See,
I think that's what I'm going to be doing during the Han Solo movie. I'm just yawning constantly.
Oh, I thought you were impersonating Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah. Young Chewbacca.
Young Chewbacca.
He doesn't quite have it yet. It's like when Simba gets his roar in The Lion King. That's going to happen to Chewbacca in this movie.
How Chewbacca gets his noise?
Yeah, or no, how Chewbacca gets his roar.
Yeah.
And his father will die in a stampede of Sarlaccs. Porgs.
Porgs or Borgullets.
Yeah, or a herd of Borgullets and Porgs. A Porgullet, if you will.
Oh my god.
Porgullet.
Borgullet. I hope Borgullet's in the movie.
It's gonna be. It's gotta be.
I think the only thing I've heard recently is that Jabba's gonna be in it. It's not confirmed.
So another slug thing.
But we've already we've predicted that much. That Jabba and Boba and probably Greedo.
Probably all the Death Troopers ever.
Yeah.
are going to be in it.
That's true, because... Oh, yeah, I was just saying the other day. Yesterday, in fact. Do I think... I said, do you think? Mm-hmm. At some point, the next time they re-release Star Wars, do you think they're going to CGI in all these newer stormtroopers?
Yeah, I remember...
So, in the originals, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I remember I said that was a stupid thought to have.
But that they're going to do it?
Yeah, but they're going to. Yeah, I mean, they have...
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm saying, you know that, CGI scene where they added, 8 million stormtroopers in A New Hope?
Mm-hmm.
They'll just add death troopers and, sand
that
troopers.
Big elephant thing in Tatooine.
Right, because, now, there's, 8 million stormtroopers that only exist between 3 and 4.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah, they'll probably put them in. But, yeah, that's a good point. The Han Solo movie is another opportunity to use different stormtroopers.
Yep, so we're going to see a bunch of crap.
Yeah, yeah.
The police stormtrooper.
Yeah.
He writes tickets on the Millennium Falcon.
Hold on, what's going on? Something's happening.
What is happening? Are we recording or no?
I think we're recording still. It may have cut out for a second because I wanted to see the time. Well, we're back on now at least. So we either cut out or we didn't.
Okay.
We might have cut out.
What did we talk about?
So
Stormtrooper thing?
Stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers.
Stop making so much noise with that. I can only imagine that's really loud.
It's not. It's not even that loud.
This picks up a lot of noise.
Well, then edit it out, Joe. Clean it up. That's your
I can't
job.
just edit that out.
That is your job here.
It's not like background
You
noise.
have one job.
It's like you making noise.
You know, you make a lot of noise, and I don't tell you to shut up.
He's playing with a Thanos toy over here.
Yeah, I am.
As I'm playing with an Iron Man toy.
Yeah, we were talking about if they were going to edit in later the Death Troopers, Shore Troopers, whatever it is. So yeah, I think they probably would.
Yeah, probably. And and like you said, they'll be in this one.
Mm-hmm. What were we talking about? They were probably going to try to release. No, they've always been wanting to try to release the originals, right?
That thing, every year,
Something
that
happens.
circulates on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That they're gonna finally, on Blu-ray, release the unaltered versions, and that actually recirculated again because of Disney buying Fox. Because Fox supposedly has the rights to those original ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the last I heard was that it was a George Lucas thing. When they made the deal to buy Star Wars, he was like, "Oh, you can only release my special editions where I changed shit."
Why is he such a big bitch? Why can't we just... We loved the original version. Why can't we not just watch it?
It is odd to me. Why can't he just take pride in the movies he made?
I think because he is a true artist, where it's you always know your imperfections and you always try to
you
fix
can't
it
get
and change
over
it.
it. Yeah.
But realistically, dude, that was 40, 50 years ago at this point.
Right, but don't you realize that
Stop
the
it.
CGI nonsense you put in does not look
It makes
good?
it worse. Yeah. And then you just made a whole movie full of CGI. You made 3 movies full of CGI. That wasn't enough.
Right. The only
They gotta ruin the original ones for us?
you have
come
to take
on, man.
this shit and put it in the originals too.
Exactly.
The only good aspects of the Blu-rays and stuff like that, they made the beginning of Empire looked better. It was really blue and grainy.
Yeah, it looks cooler.
Everything looks crisper. Everything looks better. But adding the BS and the eyes on the Ewoks and
yeah.
voice over stuff.
You took this garbage and made your gold garbage. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and it's I don't know.
If it was just to make more money, then fine. But
Yeah.
if you'd make more money.
But they
if
would
you
have made all the
re-released
money anyway.
Originals.
Just releasing them on DVD would have been all the money.
Exactly.
Anyway,
You would have made more money.
Right.
Because now people want the originals.
Well, now if they do ever do that, obviously I'm gonna buy them.
Yeah, they're gonna be $1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll buy the set. Whatever. When they release 1 through 9 in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what they'll do. After episode 9, they'll release 1 through 9 in a box set. But 4, 5, and 6 will be the unaltered originals. But you have to get them in the box set.
Yeah, that's the only way.
You can't get them separate.
Exactly. So even though you already own all of the Star Wars movies, you now need
Disney,
to buy them
here's your
again.
sure thing.
Yep.
To get people to buy 9 movies in a box.
But give them to us for free since we gave you the idea.
Right.
Solved. Problem solved.
Anyway, Han Solo.
I don't see. That's what I'm saying now. I thought I could just talk about it, no problem.
Yeah.
But now I think about it, and I'm like, I haven't really seen or heard anything in months.
Right.
And I forgot it was going to be a movie this year.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's I don't even think I can talk about it because I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's my mind erased itself on Solo. You know what I mean?
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. Now that he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, that is something that I did hear recently. Also, was that they claim that Harrison Ford was giving him acting tips too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is very surprising to me that he would want anything else to do with this role.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing, wasn't it? He killed himself off so he could just be done with it.
He's been wanting to die in these movies since Episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
He always wanted Han Solo to go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, and now here we are.
Yeah.
He didn't go out in a blaze of glory.
He thought he was
He went out in a
sacrificing himself for
meaningful
his son.
way.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think he thought
Well, he got to go out as the Obi-Wan character.
Yeah.
But
he probably thought, blaze of glory,
Well, I said I wasn't quoting him. I said that.
You know what, Joe? Stop quoting.
Right. I'm not quoting. I was just saying that.
You're quoting.
He wanted Han Solo to go out in a meaningful way.
Right.
In something that mattered.
Well, then you know what, Joe?
Yeah.
How about you get your facts straight? Because he did go out in a meaningful way.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he didn't.
No, but he wasn't a blaze of glory.
Yeah, I was just.
You said those words.
I was just embellishing.
Well, you know what? If we all just embellished, we would be president. I don't know. Are we done? I don't know if I really want to even talk about it anymore.
I don't want to waste 10 minutes. We already talked this long.
I mean, it's a shorter one.
It's too short. It's a podcast, man.
Yeah, but do people even want to listen about Han Solo?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk.
We have to be the people here to provide context for what this movie is.
But no one knows what... Disney doesn't even know what it is.
Yeah.
That's where they hired a new actor.
Yeah. Well, they hired new everyone.
Well, yeah, that's true. As well.
What's interesting about the trailer... We actually haven't talked about the trailer, so we could talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
But, like...
It's
like... It looks like Rogue One.
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, I think that's what they're going
They show, like, Han and Chewie and Lando and Amelia Clarke and Woody Harrelson's like, we're building a team.
Yeah.
Like, is this Rogue One? Again?
Amelia Earhart?
Yeah.
She's in this?
Yeah. They found her.
Ah. See, I said to check the Bermuda Triangle. I didn't find it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like... I don't think Disney knows what the movie's about.
Is that all they know how to do now? Rogue One? Okay, people liked Rogue One.
I think that's why.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's why they did it. So, you know, people, out of all of our Star Wars movies that have been newer, they like that one. So let's do that. Like,
that is concerning to me. That,
yes.
like, they're already out of ideas, maybe?
See, like,
If Han Solo's just going to be Rogue One-ish?
That's what I'm saying.
Where, like, we build a team to do a thing?
But, like... Because, yeah, I was saying, like, you know, I never heard anybody, like, hate Rogue One.
Right.
I've heard people hate Force Awakens. I've heard people hate The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So, if we just do it like the one that was somewhat more liked, then we're fine.
That would suck.
Because once again, I mean...
I like Rogue One, but I don't want to see it again. I'll just watch Rogue One. I don't like... The very next Star Wars story is going to be the same thing. Where they build a team to get a thing.
Is that going to be all of them?
All the Star Wars stories will be get the thing.
The Obi-Wan movie
They're all going to be a
him
heist.
building his own team.
Right. He's going to build a team to, like, infiltrate Jabba's palace.
Yeah, and to protect Luke. And they all die except him.
Yeah, to explain them not being in the original.
Exactly. That's all it is. That's all they have to do with all these stories. Just kill people so they can make these characters that we're supposed to like, but then they can just kill them off because they don't exist.
What's interesting about that, Star Wars Rebels just finished up, and I'm not caught up with it, but the internet spoils everything. So
it did, and I didn't read it.
So spoilers.
No, Jeremy.
Oh, you don't want to know?
I don't know if I want to.
Well, all I'm gonna say is not everyone died, as expected.
Really?
They kept some characters alive.
But why?
Right. So, like, what are they gonna do?
Oh, they're gonna use them in these movies
later,
now.
probably.
Yeah.
Like, I would imagine maybe pick them up after Episode 6 now and, like, fill in the gaps with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe they've just been in hiding. Like, I don't know.
Well, it's not that unbelievable if you think about it. How long was 4, 5, and 6? That was only 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's possible that they were just doing something else somewhere else for the Rebels, and they weren't.
Yeah, that's true. It's not as long. It's not like Obi-Wan on Tatooine for 18 years. It's
exactly.
It's them in hiding for 4.
Yeah, exactly, for maybe 4 years. So yeah, maybe what they'll just do is just have them. Obviously, I don't know how it ended.
Right.
So they could just have the people that lived they could make a Star Wars story just them during 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And then
make them into kind of like Lost Stars.
Yeah,
how Lost Stars was
in tandem. You know what I mean?
The book by Claudia Gray, it ran in like parallel to the original trilogy with different
that's
characters.
what I'm saying.
That was
they could do with that.
Yeah, they could.
It's just make a movie of what they were doing parallel to everything else. You know what I mean? Oh, did you hear they just blew up the Death Star? You know, like stuff like that.
That would be really cool. Because, like, that kind of stuff worked in Lost Stars. Like, yes.
It seems like people like these characters, too. And
I mean, that would be cool. Like, people like the Rebels characters, like, to do a live-action version.
Right.
You know, let's cast whoever, like, stayed alive. I won't ruin it. But, like, let's cast them as real people and do the movie.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and then, they basically have free reign over these guys again.
And they could just call it, like, Rebels, a Star Wars story or something like that. Or like.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, they could.
Talking to the cam.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. See, I don't even want to talk about Han Solo anymore. I just want to talk about Star Wars. Which is probably going to be one of our next more recent podcasts.
Well, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do one like that where we just talk about what they could do next.
Yeah.
So obviously they need ideas. Yeah. Obviously they need ideas. We're just doing Rogue One again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it seems.
Maybe, I'm going to have an open forum.
Yeah, I am like 99% sure that Woody Harrelson is going to turn out to be a bad guy.
He could.
Like the mentor turned bad.
Yeah.
Either
And
the
then
mentor
the
turned
student has
bad.
to kill the.
Either the mentor turned bad, or the mentor
It's just bad.
dies.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
What's interesting about Han Solo, I forget if we talked about it on video or not, so we might as well bring it up again, is like, what can they really do with him as a character?
Nothing.
Because his arc as a character happens in A New Hope.
Yeah.
In the beginning of A New Hope, he's the scoundrel.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of The New Hope.
Right.
By the end of New Hope, he's the hero.
Which is how they could ruin Han Solo for us.
You can't give him a hero's arc in this movie.
No.
Because when he starts episode 4, he's not.
Right. So, like, what I'm thinking is we're either going to have a Han Solo where he's a huge douche, which is what's going to happen,
Right.
or we're going to have the Han Solo that we had in the original trilogy, but condensed into one movie and then ruined for fans.
Maybe.
Because that's why you like Han Solo.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy that turned good throughout the 3 movies. So are you just going to make him the character at the end of Return of the Jedi?
Right, like, what it would require, if you really wanted to give him an arc, he would have to, like, go from being the scoundrel to the hero, and then something would happen to make him the scoundrel again.
Yeah, but
we don't... Who needs that?
That is honestly a waste of a movie.
Right, who needs that?
There's nothing came out of this movie.
We get it in A New Hope.
Exactly.
He becomes the hero at the end of that.
Right.
But, like, the whole point is you're like, now, of course, like, in hindsight, but, like, it's not necessarily the case that he was going to come back and save the day.
Yeah, because that wasn't his MO.
Right.
You know, like, he was the thief, the scoundrel, the smuggler,
right.
You know what I mean?
But now if you see a Han Solo movie as a prequel, and it's like, oh, well, he has it. If he does something crazy heroic in the Han Solo movie, it's like, oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because he was.
Now in A New Hope, now you have to look at it as... It's kind of like, should these movies be looked at from the perspective of people that have already seen them? Right. Or should they be looked at some point, someone can watch them in order?
Yeah.
But, like, watching it in order would mess it up, because it's like, if you knew that Han Solo had a hero kind of thing inside him, and then you watch 4, you're like, oh, he's going to come save the day.
Exactly.
Because he did it in Solo.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They are either going to ruin the character or ruin the movies.
Right.
Because in the movies, Han Solo obviously is an integral part of it.
Yeah.
So, like, you like the movie because you also see Han Solo morph into a hero.
Yeah.
But you also see Han Solo for who he is and then who he actually is.
Right.
So, like, that is the movie with Han Solo evolving, and then the character is Han Solo evolving.
Yes.
So in this movie, if you already make him who he evolved into,
right.
or he's already the scoundrel / hero at the same time, it's either going to ruin one or the other for you.
Yes.
Because now you're going to think about the original trilogy as something completely like, oh, well, of course he's going to do that because that's who he is.
This is like
but that wasn't the point of him.
What's different about this compared to Rogue One is like this is one that can have bearing on how you view Episode 4.
Because it's of one of the main characters.
Right. Like where Rogue One, it's like, oh, now they've explained the hole in the Death Star.
Yeah.
It doesn't really change the context of A New Hope so much.
Yeah, because if anything, you're like, why is that there?
Right.
Now
so
we know why
it just
there.
fills in, literally, a plot hole.
Ah.
But, like, yeah, this is, like, we are dealing with a central character that had a very defined arc in A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, yeah, if they jump the gun on it, it's then
that's
it's
what
weird.
I'm saying. You know, if you make this character who he already is, or that you think he is, then, yeah, you're going to rewatch the movies with a completely different, thought process.
Right. But then, like you said, like, the alternative to doing that is to just have a douche character the whole movie that doesn't change or do anything.
And it's going to be a terrible movie.
And that's annoying. And you know what that makes me kind of think of for some reason? Is the show Dexter. What happens with Dexter, like, I really like the first 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. But then, like, from 5 to whatever, 8 or 9, he annoyed me. Mm-hmm. Because he continues to make the same mistakes over and over and over and not make sense as a rational character.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he was a serial killer.
Yeah.
But, like, now think about it in that context. You just have a character that doesn't grow or change the whole movie. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's no good to watch, really. If
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
If anything, that might be frustrating.
Yeah, because you're not seeing that character progression. You're not seeing the evolution of the character, of who he starts out and who he ends as. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's either going to... For me, now that I've come to this conclusion,
Yeah.
it's either going to ruin the character, ruin the movies, or Han Solo is going to be just an awful movie.
Yeah.
Because you have a very static character,
Mm-hmm.
or you have that complex character.
But
that's the issue because you already have him. So what
Right.
is the point of
It then
him evolving in
affects-
4 movies?
Right. It then affects what happens next.
Yeah, and like some people are going to be like, "Oh, you're thinking too much into it," and it's like, yeah, but if you're a true fan of these movies,
Right.
that's why the first 3 were good.
Right. I don't.
Because you had these characters evolve into who they were.
I am totally cool with the universe expanding and doing whatever with these stories and stuff. You could do a lot of cool stuff. Like
Yeah.
you said, the whole Rebels thing could be great.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like the idea of them changing how you can view the originals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can fill in plot holes in the originals fine.
Right.
But at the same time, when you start playing with an integral character,
Right.
you're
If
playing with
anything,
fire here.
All I can think of that would make sense is, and it doesn't look like it from the trailer that this is the case, but that he does start off as a better guy, and what happens in this movie makes him an asshole. It would have to work as a backwards character arc.
Yeah, he would have to be who he is.
Right.
Then become
'Cause
bad.
you have to if you're gonna end right up at episode 4, which they seem to like to do, he has to end as the scoundrel.
Yeah.
So maybe he starts as like this happy-go-lucky whatever, but it doesn't really seem like that. And like
Yeah.
even then, it still kind of has the same effect because there's
Right.
good in him anyway.
Yeah, I guess. So I didn't think about that one.
Yeah,
I guess that's probably more likely
you're right.
scenario that we're gonna see.
Maybe.
Yeah, like he's already kind of maybe he's like a hero and then he becomes a smuggler because something happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna
Right.
happen.
But it doesn't. I don't know. I can't tell like to that extent.
Yeah, there's no information given
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
in these trailers, in the news, anything.
Yeah.
All we've been seeing is like what it looks like and what it may be
And
like.
what it looks like
because of the news.
is weirdly dirty.
Yeah,
It
just
has
like
this
grimy.
brownish look to. I guess they're
Yeah.
going for like the Star Wars underground type thing,
Yeah.
smugglers and stuff like that.
Maybe they're on like a brown planet.
Yeah, it just looks like brown for some reason.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I think we're good.
So yeah, let us know what you think. You know, no one is, but it's nice to think
Yeah,
that
it's
you
nice
could.
to think that maybe you think about it.
Yeah, that you could take 5 seconds to leave a comment. You know? Maybe just 5 seconds.
Just 5 seconds to tell us what we got wrong.
Just so I get satisfied. Yeah, just yell at us. So yeah, once again, I'm Brooks,
I'm Joe.
and this has been another episode of Barside Chats.
Yay.